was from Los Angeles, and I decided at some point to enter the minor seminary of the Archdiocese of Los Angeles, and our Confreres at the time ran the seminary. And so after 6 years of being there, I got to know a lot of them and appreciated what they were doing and their devotion and so on. And so I figured that I could do the same thing, and because I enjoyed the teaching part of it, and so I eventually applied to the congregation, and they accepted me. So. Yeah, after ordination, I was assigned to study scripture, and so I went to school for another couple of years and got a couple of degrees and so on, and then started teaching in the seminaries of the congregation, first in Denver and then secondly in St. Louis. And I gradually got into, because of my own interest in history, I got involved in the life and ministry of St. Vincent. And that was especially important because for 10 years I was there in Paris, in our mother house, where St. Vincent's remains are exposed above the altar for prayer and reflection and so on. And so that gave me a lot more interest in the history of the congregation. And since then, I followed up and was asked to continue a process that had been started to do the general history of the congregation. So I did it, and eventually it was 6 big volumes, and so I learned a great deal, I must say. So those were things that put me in contact with people from all sorts of different places and different cultures and backgrounds and so on. And so that was one of the things that firmed me up, and I would say in my vocation, having this contact with both St. Vincent, who was right there in the chapel, let's say, and then with the life and the works of the congregation. In considering vocation, it's pretty hard for people to say my whole life is going to be affected by this decision, because some people say, I've got a lot of options in life, and I can choose one, and then I can choose another, and then another. But one of the big differences is that what we would like to do with being a priest, especially, is to think this priesthood changes my relationship with the church, and consequently, I'm in it for the long haul. And so I would say that somebody who's considering a vocation has to think about the long haul, and that's hard. But there are all sorts of people out there to help. That's what I discovered in the life in the congregation, is that there are people who form part of our local communities who have been through good times and bad, of course, as his life moves on, and are able and willing to help. So it's not just only my decision, but it's a decision that I made in community with other people. That was a really important thing for me.